Here is the symbol for the Mercury 7 spacecraft. It represents the 7 astronauts right there. This is in the middle of Grand Turk. The meaning of the Mercury 7 symbol and spacecraft names. The symbol for the Mercury space flight program combines the astronomical sign for the planet Mercury with the number 7 for the number of the original astronauts. In the astrological symbolism, the crescent of the Mercury symbol represents the mind poised over a circle, representing divine spirit, and a cross representing physical matter. The crescent points toward the heavens, and the cross is rooted in the earth. Held in balance between the circle of spirit embraces the 7, following the long tradition of pilots naming their own aircraft. The Mercury astronauts chose the names for their spacecraft. So there is the symbol, and you see right here, you have Alan Shepard, Freedom 7, chosen for patriotism, Mercury 3, Shepard. You have John Glenn, chosen to honor the connection between the astronauts, Mercury 6, Friendship. Wally Sharira, Sigma 7, the mathematical symbol for the sum to represent the sum of engineering knowledge, Mercury 8. You have Gus Grissom, Liberty Bell 7, a reference to the capsule's shape and a symbol of America's freedom, Mercury 4. Scott Carpenter, chosen for its significance as a spectacular astronomical phenomena, Mercury 7, Aurora. And then Gordon Cooper, Faith 7, chosen for faith in the success of the mission. Was splashdown Grand Turk, and this is John Glenn, and this was the Freedom 7 capsule. I just showed in another video how small in size it was, but anyhow, this is like a nice little tribute to the splashdowns here in Grand Turk. And here's the fearless explorers of Mercury 7, the Americans' first astronauts. And you can see all of them: Shepard, Grissom, Cooper, Scuria, Slayton, John Glenn Jr., and Carpenter. And there they all are. This is fearless explorers of Americans' first astronauts. Here is the replica of Friendship 7 capsule that carried John Glenn on his historic orbital flight on February 20th, 1962. The capsule was 9 feet long and 6 feet across, and at its base, at re-entry, it weighed about 3,000 pounds. Space inside was very tight, with room for only one man. Here's John Glenn getting out of it, and this is the replica of Friendship 7 here in Grand Turk. And this was the splashdown in Grand Turk. And here's different pavilions with different things in regards to that mission. Here's the United States spacecraft right there.
I think that's right, yeah.
And here's stuff about John Glenn, Godspeed, John Glenn, John H. Glenn Jr. on February 20th. I just read that. You can read this also. But there you are in regards to that. John Glenn. You know, he was in the Senate in 1998 at the end of the Senate career. Then in 77, he became the oldest person to go into space, bringing his space career full circle and once again making history. You can see the different newspaper articles. This is a nice tribute right here in Grand Turk. Well, it actually landed, splashdown, as I just showed you. It splashed down. There's the replica of Friendship 7 capsule. You can read this right here. Fellow Mercury astronauts came to join John Glenn on the island on a spearfishing excursion. John and Glenn and Carpenter rescued an unconscious skin diver. See right there. Vice President Lyndon Johnson flew to the island to congratulate Glenn and take him home. A photograph taken that day shows Vice President Johnson in front of a building that still stands on the island. Many Air Force Base buildings from that era remain. It can be seen as one leaves from Grand Turk Cruise Center. So you can see some of the pictures here. You can see John Glenn on the beach there. You see Lyndon B. Johnson right there in the middle. Several months later, Carpenter became the second American to orbit the Earth on Aurora 7 mission. He also splashed down nearby and was transferred to the base at Grand Turk. The island was once again in the news. You can see the map of where they all have landed down. You can see there's Grand Turk right there. And right there, the eyes of the world. The splashdown of John Glenn through this small island into the international spotlight. The island proudly celebrates its connection to the historical flight with this exhibit at the Grand Turk Cruise Center. Today, the Air Force Base is long since closed, with satellite technology eliminating the need for a tracking station. And there's the Embraced by Paradise splashdown at Grand Turk. We'll see you in Grand Turk when John Glenn returned to Earth after his history-making orbit. He splashed down here in the sparkling waters near Grand Turk Island. Grand Turk was the site of a U.S. Air Force base and one of 18 tracking stations around the world used by the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station Eastern Range. You can see there's the splashdown of Friendship 7, and there once again is the replica of Friendship 7.
If you guys want to come back, just call me, okay?
You can see right here the helicopter, the rescue. There is the actual Friendship 7. You can read that right there. The flight of Aurora 7, Scott Carpenter, second American in orbit. Only a few months after John Glenn splashed down in nearby waters, fellow Mercury astronaut Scott Carpenter became the second American to orbit Earth. On May 24th, 1962, he blasted off in Aurora 7 and circled the Earth 3 times. He completed several scientific experiments in orbit, providing that an astronaut could work in space. So there is the liftoff. That is Aurora 7, and that is astronaut Carpenter. And this is a replica of the spaceship blast off that Aurora 7 that Carpenter was on. So this is a nice little place here right at the cruise port. in Grand Turk. There's the Sun Princess out that way. And there's the Holland American cruise ship, New Amsterdam. But this is a replica of the astronaut. So, till then, subscribe to my channel. You all have a really good day.